All right, good morning. Good morning. I've got both sides started, both Circle and Discord. Um, Nick, I see you, but I don't see anyone else. Oh, there we go. Now we got someone else coming in. I'm just a little panicked that, like, I'm not sure which side. I am playing with the mechanisms we can use for streaming, and I thought I changed it, but it doesn't seem like it. So, all right, we'll just go with it. We're going to give it a few minutes to let some more people join us. Anyone have trouble getting in today? Good morning, you two. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Lee. Did the same announcements come as usual? Reminders and notifications? Could only get in using the alerts. Yep. Could only get in using the alert. Huh. I'm trying to think of why that would be. Virtual event. Huh. All right. I'm wondering why you couldn't get in normally. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll just give it a minute or two here to see if we get a few more folks coming in. Okay. Billy Ray made it. So it seems like there was something different today. Um, but this is the midweek check-in. Okay. All right. We'll give it another minute or two to see if we get a few more folks. And then I can find out from those who didn't get in, possibly, what happened. All right. One of the things I'm testing, so let me know if this, like anything like this seemed to happen, is I'm trying to test the whether we want to just use the YouTube stream rather than the circle. And I thought I had changed it so that it was gonna do that. It was just gonna anyway. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Hopefully, we get some other folks coming, but at least we'll have the recording for them. So, good morning officially, and welcome to the Market Watch Group midweek check-in. If you're watching the video, somehow missed there was some conversation about if the normal routine of starting occurred today, and it appears that it did not. And so I'm not sure if there was a different setting that influenced that. I'm keeping my eye on Discord, and no one is coming in through that. So that's at least good. But I'm just making sure that we have this done too. Okay, well, let's go through some normal housekeeping matters. First and foremost, keep in mind that this is for education, illustrative purposes only. We're not brokers. We're not advisors. We don't give advice. We don't give recommendations. Today, we're going to look at the opening analysis. So the question we're asking is, does the bounce seem to be on? Right? Do we have a bullish bounce occurring? Is it opening a bullish window within the context of our overall bullish posture? So that's a question. We'll revisit the posture to see if it's so this week was interesting because our posture increased despite the market dropping. And for me, what I'm hopeful of is that means our process achieved its objective of not just a superficial analysis of the market, up, down, up is good, down is bad, and very reactive. Because despite the fact that the market pulled back, the underlying conditions strengthened, particularly the VIX, the institutional sentiment indicator. So because we scored it higher despite a pullback, we're looking for validation of that. And so far, it's holding up. We'll look at the opportunity list. So we had a trade come out yesterday. KKR, still valid. Market's looking fairly flat on the open, so it should still be somewhat in the same range. And there's a list chock full of more. Just tons. So we definitely want to be looking at setups and trading plan. This week we're wrapping up with analytics. Next week we're moving on to trading goals. That's our last formal pass at the trading plan before the end of the year. Okay, I'm going to actually just take 1 second. And just see if I can see anyone. I mean, they would make a comment, right, in the platform because there's a way to get to it. But I'm just going to make sure that, yeah, it's the midweek check-in says join. That's live and ready to go. Join event. I mean, it looks like it should be the same thing. Trading chat. It takes me to YouTube, is what Sandy. Okay. So hers did go. Yeah, this is something on my end. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on over on the YouTube. It should be streaming, if nothing else. Okay, I have 4 watching there. All right, so I do have people on YouTube. But I believe I need to. The YouTube, it should be streaming, if nothing else. Ah, okay. Sandy is there. Sam is there. I see you guys now. I'm actually thinking that we may end up that way. As much as I like Circle, I've had some streaming issues with it, a little. And so I'm exploring that. So those of you who are there, if you wouldn't mind typing in some chat so I can see it, it's not gonna be this way where there's, it's all the time like that, but we're just testing which is the best direction for us to go. So if you're on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind, please send a message that says, yeah, I'm watching. That would be fantastic. Let's see if I can just say hello real fast. Okay, Sam got here by the link that I posted. Yeah, so that's what I had thought was supposed to happen, but then it still has me starting it on Circle. So I have a few people that managed to get in through Circle. So it's kind of a weird structure. I will look into it after this. This is helpful that I was able to find where everybody is. So I know I have some 5 watching now. Okay, perfect. And then we have a few people. Nobody's over in Discord. That's good. That's the best thing. How many people are here? I've got 4 people who backdoored into the Circle, even though it was supposed to. I think it was supposed to be the YouTube. That's why I was like, I'm not sure what to expect. All right, let's get into it. I know what's going on now. Let's talk about what's happening. Yeah. So, NVIDIA earnings. Everybody's kind of looking at them as the bellwether, right? Like they do well, market rallies. NVIDIA reports poorly, market falls. Yeah, that could be very, very interesting, right? Could be very, very interesting. What else? Target posts big earnings miss, slashes fiscal year guidance. Ooh, they missed and lowered guidance? That's not good. So here is where they are now, or where they were yesterday. They're going to be below the bottom of this chart. The chart only goes down to 127.78. And it is opening at 127.20. Well, let's call it 127.60. So it's going to open right down there. That's big and nasty because Walmart did not have that. Walmart looks absolutely outrageously strong while Target is about to. Yeah, that is stunning. Stunning. Okay. What else is happening? Brett says, where else do you stream? I always watch on YouTube. Okay, so you just kind of pop in and see. So we have a full community on Circle if you're interested. I didn't even think about that. We're glad to have you, by the way. Greg's here as well. Okay, good. Excellent. Yeah, Walmart did not have that same situation. So Target's in kind of a bad spot, that's for sure. Let's look what else we have. Going on by way of, I think NVIDIA is really it. Let's take a quick peek at the economic calendar. There just wasn't much on this week. We've got a little bit of Fed speak. Lisa Cook, Michelle Bowman, Susan Collins. Now, once Goolsby's done, once Austin Goolsby is done, I just sort of wait. It's Goolsby, Powell, or Goolsby, Jerome, or no one. Okay. Tomorrow we have jobless claims. So far for me, weakness in the labor market's anecdotal. You'll hear stories of, oh, Target's going to slash some jobs. Oh, Ford is slashing 10% of their Europe workforce because of EV shifts. It hasn't been where there is a full shift in the employment market. Certainly there's one-offs of companies that are talking about having layoffs or downsizing, whatever it may be. Okay. Let's keep going. Fed Watch. Let's have a real quick. I just want to look at this one real fast. I've got my system a little slow because I have so many. I think I'm going to shut down the Discord because nobody's there. It's chewing up some of my bandwidth. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, market's open. We opened basically flat. So what are we seeing? The stochastics is in the process of turning. So yesterday we had a bullish engulfing pattern. No volume. It wasn't above average. Actually, no, it was. I take it back. I was like, wait, we did get volume yesterday. That we would say 588 to 5. Yeah, I would say that's another positive volume notch right there. So we have another day for the buyers. That's going to definitely push us towards another uptick in that scoring component for our overall market posture. Yeah, this is fine. So it's a little wobbly first thing in the morning. We're not even going to look at the opening range yet. Right? We're not even going to look at the opening range yet. Our SPY trade, this is fine. Anything, as long as it just sort of sits, time is on my side on that trade. Let's go through the watch list and just kind of see how everything is looking today, because I think as long as we come out of this with some bullishness, we're going to see more signals. Apple continues to move. Would be great to see Apple get back up, maybe not to this high, but just somewhere near this area, 233-ish or so. Aflac, still kind of pausing, but I got to tell you, the strength is certainly, there's a lot of strength in financials. Amazon is close. Yesterday was not enough. It turned the stochastics, but it just was still like, okay, it's starting to stabilize. Now you can see today more of the same. Stochastics is now pinching. What are we looking for? I just need some confirmation that the buyers are coming out of this in charge. That's what would move this into a buyable position. Yeah, I don't know. APO's kind of got a choppiness about it. I feel I have enough financials that I'm going to bounce that one. AppLovin, if you missed it, there's nothing you can do. AXP looks very close. Yesterday, gapped down a little bit, but rallied back up. Finished here. Today, it's starting to turn. This type of a candle right here, to me, is very much like a hammer candle. Right? Where it opens, runs down, comes back up, finishes there. It didn't do that. It only did the second half of that. It opened down, ran back up. So this has the same kind of a feel as a hammer. So this candle coming off of that with this stochastics turning up, that's exactly what you would look for price confirmation that this move is done and this next one is starting, right? Whoops. Bank of America, a little bit stalled still. Stochastics is coming down. That one was less in line. BK still lining up. BX, we said was yesterday. I said BX is one that's buyable. I would say it still is. You can see it just has that nice, like it's coming out of this consolidation into this next move, and you can see the stochastics is showing that type of movement there. Cart. No, nothing yet. It's below the 50. I don't love that. So that makes this kind of a big drop. I think I'm going to not watch this one, right? This was new. It didn't really, I was looking for it to hold in here when we first saw it. And the fact that it broke down to here, I don't feel like I need a stock to prove itself to earn its first trade. It should have already done that. So that's off. Caterpillar. Stabilizing, but I like other industrials better. So if this is stabilizing, then the next two picks that I do like, JCI, FAST, they're probably doing better. Let's take a quick early preview. Here's Fastenal. Right? That looks great. We just made this last trade back here. Looking for this to now pull back, stabilize. It can pull all the way back here, and it's still at the old low, but it doesn't look like it's going to get below the gap. Just waiting for the confirmation of the buyers coming in now. And if you're asking, well, that looks like it's going to go. Could I consider it an anticipatory trade? Because if I do, and it holds support, I get a better reward to risk ratio? Yes. Sure. Absolutely. But you have to be ready that if you like, oh, this is it, this is where it's going to hold, thinking this is going to bounce, and then all of a sudden it tests down one more time, and then all of a sudden comes out of it, makes its move, and you ended up getting stopped out down there. I've seen that happen on anticipatory trades with people before. They don't handle it well when it doesn't anticipate right, and then they miss the actual trade. So if you feel like you'd struggle with that, wait for the confirmation signal to come, which is price action turning the other way now. Okay. CLS, Celestica Inc. Equity. That's a fun name, Celestica. Okay. Okay. No, it was new. I didn't catch it. I still like it. If it pulls back again, I think there's more to come. CMG, yes. Sandy, this is an old favorite of yours, right? CMG pulled back, tested the 50, held, starting to turn, stochastic starting to turn on the list. CNK just kind of missed that one yesterday. Just had this big old move. Nothing you can do with that. Coherent Corp. This one's interesting because yesterday I'm like, that has a big bounce signal, but almost too big to enter from there, right? Why do I say that? Because if I'm entering up here and I'm not wrong until it breaks here, that's a lot of risk. That if I'm getting 2-to-1, that's 1, that's 2. I'm like, it's hard for me to have a move up here. I've never seen it do something like that. I guess here it got close on the second move. That's kind of a double, right? I don't know. I think we'll have to just kind of watch and see. Maybe this hiccups, and if it hiccups, then we'll have a chance. And when I say hiccup, I mean it turned, and then if it comes down like this and then goes, if you took this first trade, you're riding the hiccup. If you missed the first thing, then you're looking to enter on the hiccup. That's the thought process. Cisco, very close. I like that one quite a lot. Very close. Delta, not sure yet. Diamonds looks like it's stabilizing. As we said, fast looks great. Fiserv, very strong. This was a new one as well. I don't typically trade like in the first couple of days of a new one I just watched, so I didn't take that one. Oh gosh, look at this. Flex we were looking at yesterday saying how close it looked. I'm not sure where these stocks are getting these big old jumps from. I'm like, is that earnings? No, earnings was right here. It's like, what the? Flex Limited. What the hell gave it 7% this morning? I have no idea. It's too late now. Fox. That's setting up. Bitcoin overextended. Yeah. GE Vernova. That's a maybe. Gold trying to get get a little back. General Motors setting up. That looks very strong. GM. I liked Google yesterday. That was actually on my list as a potential buy. I did not take that one. Small pullback today doesn't doesn't invalidate the signal. Goldman, I like Goldman for financials. Home Depot still setting up. Robinhood. Someone called this one out. It was we said it was looked like a pennant, and it's already gone again. Just busted out and took off. What are you gonna do? HWM, that's new. IP, it's trying. It's making a move in the process. IWM. So we'll see today. A little flat on the open. JCI, like Fastenal, very strong. I like both of those a lot. KKR was where the alert was. It's moving up a little bit. Still near the range. Okay. MasterCard. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very strong, right? Meta. No, not much there right now. Morgan Stanley just still in its pullback. So some of the financials aren't ready yet. They're still showing some signs, but they're not ready yet. Okay. Microsoft, flat. I'm not sure what's going on with Microsoft. You know? I'm not sure. Okay. So if you've come on, I'm not sure what happened today. I was supposed to be trying to test the YouTube as our mechanism, but for some reason it just still started everything. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm going to have to look into it. I apologize if you had a hard time getting in. Some people are watching. Some people are watching on the YouTube stream, and some are watching in the live stream. But I didn't think the live stream was actually going to be starting. So, anyways, I'm working on it. I'm getting those final details in place. So the chat has been a little bit choppy today. I apologize for that. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any chat anywhere. Flex, acquisition of Crown Technical Systems. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Let me get back to my watch list. Jeez, this stock is just, you're like, well, I can't keep going. Oh my goodness. MicroStrategy is just, that's something. Yeah. Okay. NDAQ, NASDAQ looks pretty good still, but not a trade. Netflix also continues to just make an enormous run. Yeah, look at that. That's something. NVIDIA awaits its earnings fate. PLTR, yes, maybe giving us a potential pullback. I'd love to see this. PayPal, very close to a setup as well. Okay, QQQ. Yeah, so we have a little bit of headwinds, right? A little bit of headwinds this morning. Let's take a look at the opening range for these markets real quickly here. Okay, so we opened a couple of selling candles. Now we're stabilizing. So this is what the range looks like. Are the buyers going to be able to hold, fight back this morning, see if they can get to the other side? Let's see if the SPY has a similar look. Absolutely does. There's those two selling candles, right? Okay. Let's go TGNA. Oh, nope. I went out of here. Ooh. Tegna. That's interesting. This is a new one, but I'm kind of thinking to myself that has a maybe there, right? Okay, let's go TJX. Not quite yet, but close. Oh, T-Mobile's setting up perfectly. Even on a day like, I mean, this is perfect. This looks great. I've been looking for another one out of communication services. So this looks good. Toast, no. Tesla, no. TSM, no. TTD. If you like chop, I mean, that's a lot of chop in there. Look at that volatility. I just don't think I have any interest in that right now. Yeah. Okay. Let's go Twilio. Kind of. Yeah. There's just so much out there still. Upwork, yes. The dollar still kind of staying in that area. Here's the VIX. I said, hey, I think we're gonna see a bounce. As long as that bounce doesn't really go above, I actually said 20 back at there, but ideally not getting back above these lows, which happens to coincide with the 50, and you're seeing that's exactly what's going on, right? We're not seeing that. VRT had a ton of strength yesterday. We saw that. Victoria's Secret on a pullback, still waiting. Walmart, waiting. Here's a couple of new stocks. XPEV, that's setting up. Got through earnings. Here's Zillow starting to turn. I think we'll see as long as the buyers recover and kind of bust back above the opening range later today. I think there'll be a trade alert. That's what I think would help define it. So there you go. XLB still kind of in support. Communication services trying to move. Energy flat. Financials looks good. Industrials pausing today. Like I said, as if it's pausing, we're not going to put trades on. If it turns and the buyers come in, that'll be an opportunity. So I think financials will give us an opportunity. Industrials, technology, but not right now, not this morning. If it stays like this, we're going to hold off and wait and see. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Staples down. Not worried about that. That's not looking defensive. Utilities, a little bit there. Though the argument is still being made that it's not necessarily defensive, but in fact, growth oriented. Healthcare, way down on healthcare. Consumer discretionary looks quite strong. Okay. That's the list. Overall, I would say our posture has held up. Volume looks like it's going to go another click up, at least as of right now. So, yeah, I think we're going to hold on to this. Questions, comments, concerns? This will give me a chance to make sure that I'm getting them from all places. Fast looks amazing, press. Yes, 100%. Let me go back to that. TMS near dividend. Okay, I've got some good questions. Let's go back. The dividend will just adjust. That's already priced into the options. The stock will go ex dividend. It's not gonna. It's $235 stock, 88-cent dividend. I wouldn't be worried about that. It's priced into the options. Everybody knows it's coming. It's only special dividends that are more problematic. So don't let that influence you. This looks extremely bullish. T-Mobile, right? Just waiting for the confirmation. Fast, same thing. Extremely bullish, just waiting for the confirmation. And you've got JCI as an alternative, either one of those. Just right now waiting for the confirmation. So yeah, I agree with you guys. Those are good ones. Those are definitely good ones. Twilio, let's go take one more look there. Fantastic. Look, I love what you guys are I love what you guys are singling out. They look good. Let me just go take a quick look at the YouTube to see if there's any comments that came in that way. I will get this all sorted. I can promise you that. Okay, no more questions came in there. Awesome. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. I definitely think there's going to be more alerts this week, possibly even this afternoon. So be ready for that. Please go in. If you have comments about how today went, like, okay, here's what went wrong. I'm trying to dial it in. I'm going to keep running kind of, it's hopefully by the end of, maybe not this week, but by the end of next week, we'll have it all situated and good to go. Awesome. Okay. Well, listen, I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Remember that Glenn will be on in circle at 3 o'clock. So look for that. Other than that, we'll be on tomorrow night. I'm going to try to make sure that I'll send an announcement out if there's anything different about how we get in tomorrow. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your day. Be mindful of the alerts. Ooh, I'm looking to implement soon the text alerts. So there may be, I'm going to put a post about what has to happen for that so that you get yourself signed up for that. Thanks everyone. Happy trading.